Welcome back, everyone, to Speak English Fluently, the channel where we help you improve your English speaking skills with practical tips, real-life conversations, and expert advice. Today, we have something very special for you, a mock IELTS speaking test simulation aimed at helping you achieve that elusive Band 9 score. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming lessons and practice sessions. Our goal is to help you speak English with confidence and fluency. Now, let's dive right into today's IELTS speaking test. We have Emily, our expert IELTS examiner, and John, who will be taking the test today. John, as you may have guessed, is aiming for a Band 9, and this session will show you how to handle even the trickiest of questions. All right, without further ado, let's get started with the interview. I'll hand it over to Emily now. Good luck, John.
Thank you, David. Hello, John. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. A little nervous, but ready to go.
That's completely understandable. This is meant to be a helpful and educational experience. So just relax, do your best, and let's see how it goes. Are you ready to begin?
Absolutely. I'm ready.
Great. Let's start with part 1 of the IELTS speaking test. In this part, I'm going to ask you some questions about familiar topics. Let's begin with something simple. Your hometown.
Part 1. Introduction and Interview.
Can you tell me where you are from?
Certainly. I'm from a small town called Greenford, located just on the outskirts of London, in the UK. It's a peaceful place with a close-knit community, and I've spent most of my life there. While it's not as bustling as central London, it has its own charm, with lots of parks and green spaces, and a slower pace of life, which I really appreciate.
What do you like the most about your hometown?
What I love most about Greenford is its sense of community. It's the kind of place where you know your neighbors, and there's always a friendly face around. In addition, I really enjoy the natural environment. We have a beautiful nature reserve nearby, and whenever I feel stressed or need some fresh air, I go for a walk there. It's my little escape from the hustle and bustle of life. I also appreciate how well connected we are to the city. I can easily hop on the train and be in central London within 20 minutes, which gives me the best of both worlds, city life and suburban tranquility.
That sounds wonderful. Have you seen any changes in your hometown in recent years?
Yes, definitely. Greenford has undergone some significant changes over the past few years. One of the most noticeable changes has been the expansion of housing developments. A lot of new apartment complexes have been built, and the population has grown. While this has brought more amenities like cafes and shops, it has also resulted in a bit more traffic and a loss of some of the open spaces we used to have. On the positive side, we've seen a greater focus on sustainability. There are more recycling initiatives, and the local government has been promoting the use of public transport to reduce carbon emissions. It's been interesting to see how these changes have shaped the town.
It sounds like your town is evolving. Let's move on to another topic now. Do you enjoy reading?
Yes, I do. I've been an avid reader since I was a child. I find that reading is not only a great way to relax, but also a wonderful way to learn about new ideas, cultures, and perspectives. I mostly enjoy reading non-fiction, especially books related to history, science, and psychology, but I also like to dive into a good novel every now and then.
Can you tell me about a book you have read recently?
Of course. One book that I read recently is called *Sapiens* by Yuval Noah Harari. It's a fascinating exploration of the history of humankind, from the earliest days of Homo sapiens to the modern world. What I found particularly compelling about the book is how it connects historical events with the development of cultures, religions, and economies. Harari has this incredible ability to explain complex topics in an engaging and thought-provoking way. After reading it, I came away with a much broader understanding of how human societies have evolved over time, and it made me reflect on how interconnected we all are as a species.
That's a great choice. Sapiens is definitely a thought-provoking book. Do you prefer reading physical books or using an e-reader?
I prefer reading physical books. There's just something about the tactile experience of holding a book in your hands, flipping through the pages, and even the smell of the paper. It all adds to the reading experience for me. I find it easier to concentrate and immerse myself in a book when I'm reading a physical copy. That being said, I do understand the convenience of e-readers, especially when traveling, but I'll always choose a traditional book if I have the option.
I completely understand that. Now let's talk about your free time. What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
In my free time, I like to stay active. I enjoy going to the gym regularly, and I'm also a big fan of outdoor activities like hiking and cycling. Being in nature helps me unwind and clears my mind. Aside from that, I like to spend time with my friends and family. We often have game nights or go out to dinner. And, of course, as I mentioned earlier, I love to read, so I always make sure I have some time for that as well.
It sounds like you have a well-rounded range of interests. Do you prefer spending your free time alone or with others?
It depends on my mood, really. I enjoy spending time with others, especially my close friends and family. I find it fulfilling to share experiences and create memories together, but at the same time, I also value my alone time. Sometimes I just need a bit of solitude to recharge and reflect, whether it's going for a walk by myself or sitting down with a good book. I think it's important to strike a balance between socializing and spending time alone.
That's a great approach to balance. Let's move on to part 2 of the test. In this part, I'm going to give you a topic, and you will have 1 minute to prepare. After that, I will ask you to speak for about 2 minutes. You can take some notes if you like. Here is your topic.
Part 2, Long Turn.
Describe a place you have visited that you found particularly beautiful. You should say where the place is, what the place looked like, what you did there, and explain why you found the place so beautiful.
John takes 1 minute to prepare and make notes.
Alright, I'd like to talk about a place I visited last summer, the Lake District in northern England. The Lake District is a region known for its stunning natural beauty, with its vast lakes, rolling hills, and picturesque valleys. It's a place that attracts both tourists and locals who are seeking peace and tranquility in nature. The place I'm specifically referring to is Lake Windermere, which is the largest lake in the district. When I first arrived, I was absolutely blown away by the scenery. The lake itself was crystal clear, reflecting the surrounding mountains and trees like a mirror. The air was fresh and the atmosphere was incredibly peaceful. It was early in the morning, so there were very few people around, and I felt like I had the whole place to myself. While I was there, I spent most of my time hiking around the lake and taking in the views from different vantage points. The trails were well maintained, and I could see all sorts of wildlife, from birds to small mammals. I also took a boat ride on the lake, which allowed me to see the landscape from a different perspective. The gentle rocking of the boat and the sound of the water were incredibly calming. What made the place so beautiful to me was the combination of natural elements. the stillness of the water, the majesty of the mountains, and the lush greenery. It felt like a place where time stood still, and all my worries seemed to melt away. I've been to many beautiful places in my life, but the Lake District, and especially Lake Windermere, left a lasting impression on me. It's a place I'd love to visit again and again whenever I need to reconnect with nature.
That sounds like an amazing experience, John. The way you described it really brings the place to life. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now let's move on to part 3 of the test, where we will discuss some broader topics related to places of natural beauty and tourism.
Part 3. Discussion.
Why do you think people are so attracted to places of natural beauty?
I believe people are attracted to places of natural beauty for several reasons. First and foremost, these places offer a sense of peace and tranquility that is often hard to find in our busy modern lives. When people visit a beautiful natural environment, they can escape the noise and stress of daily life and reconnect with something more primal and calming. Additionally, I think natural beauty has a way of inspiring awe and wonder. There's something humbling about standing in front of a vast mountain range or gazing at a pristine lake. It reminds us of the power and grandeur of nature, and I think that resonates with people on a deep emotional level. Moreover, spending time in nature has been proven to have numerous health benefits, both physically and mentally. It can reduce stress, improve mood, and even boost creativity. I think people are naturally drawn to places that make them feel good, and places of natural beauty certainly have that effect.
That's a very insightful answer. Do you think governments should invest more in protecting natural beauty spots?
Absolutely, I do. Protecting natural beauty spots should be a priority for governments. These areas are not only important for the environment, but also for the well-being of the people who visit them. Once a natural area is damaged or destroyed, it can take decades, if not longer, to restore it, and in some cases, it may never fully recover. By investing in the preservation of these places, governments can ensure that future generations will be able to enjoy them just as we do now. This might involve enforcing stricter regulations on activities that could harm the environment, such as deforestation or pollution, as well as promoting sustainable tourism practices that minimize the negative impact visitors have on these areas. Moreover, protecting natural beauty spots can also have economic benefits, as they often attract tourists, which in turn supports local economies. It's a win-win situation, preserving the environment while also boosting economic development.
That's a great point. How can people enjoy natural beauty spots responsibly without damaging them?
There are many ways people can enjoy natural beauty spots responsibly. One of the most important things is to follow the rules and guidelines set by the local authorities. For example, staying on designated trails can prevent damage to delicate ecosystems, and not littering ensures that the area remains clean and pristine for others to enjoy. Additionally, people should be mindful of the wildlife in these areas. Keeping a respectful distance from animals and not disturbing their natural habitats is crucial. It's also important to remember that we're visitors in these places, and we should treat them with respect. Another way to enjoy natural beauty spots responsibly is by supporting eco-friendly businesses and accommodations when visiting. This can help reduce the overall environmental impact of tourism. Finally, spreading awareness about the importance of conservation and sustainability can help encourage others to adopt responsible behavior as well.
Those are all excellent suggestions. Well, John, that brings us to the end of the IELTS speaking test. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you, Emily. It was a pleasure to participate, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
You did a fantastic job, John. Best of luck with your future endeavors.
Well, that was an incredibly insightful conversation. I hope you found this mock IELTS speaking test useful and that it gave you some ideas on how to answer these kinds of questions in a calm, confident manner. Remember, practice makes perfect. So, keep practicing, keep improving, and you'll be well on your way to a Band 9 score. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe to our channel for more IELTS tips and English speaking practice. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.